The spirit of Olive T., who had controlled the psychic upon several occasions, returned one evening, and speaking of the real happiness of service, urged that all those subject to temptations of society life and the excitement of the movie world be warned against the use of drugs, and asked if she might bring in a spirit who was in trouble and needed to be awakened. A spirit who seemed to be in a drowsy state, then controlled the psychic, collapsing weakly, but when spoken to began to struggle desperately, as if in the throes of great pain and agony, and it was some time before the entity could be quieted. Experience October 9th, 1923. Spirit Wallace R. Psychic Mrs. Wickland. Doctor, tell us who you are. Do you realize that you have lost your physical body? The spirit did not seem to hear, but moaned incessantly, and writhed as if in torture. Doctor, can you talk? Understand that you are now a spirit. Still no answer. The contortions of the body continued. Doctor, try to talk. Who are you? Spirit faintly. Wally. Doctor, Wally who? Spirit, Wally R. Doctor, make an effort to talk. Use your will. Will to be your rational self. Your rational self. Try to understand your condition. Then we can help you. The spirit continued to struggle and groan. Doctor, try to talk. You can. Forget your old condition. Forget your old habit. You no longer have your old physical Oh, yeah, you no longer have your old physical body. You are controlling the body of another. Make an effort to talk. Wake up. No answer. Doctor, forget your trouble and start anew. Do you know Olive T., who had preceded this spirit? The intelligence moaned and held out imploring hands. Spirit weakly. My wife. Doctor, your wife is not here. Spirit, where is she? Doctor, she is not here. Friends have brought you here. Try to rouse yourself. Only when persons pass out of the physical, often when persons pass out of the physical under the conditions you did, under the influence of narcotics, they remain in a stupor for some time. But it is time for you to waken now. Can you see Olive T. here? Spirit in a whisper. I am sick. Doctor, you must forget that. Your sickness is over. You passed out of your physical body quite a while ago. Do you realize that? You are what people call dead. But you are not actually dead. You have only lost your physical body. You yourself are still living. You are using another body temporarily. Olive T. and others brought you here to be helped. You have been in a stupefied condition for a long time. You feel much better now, don't you? The spirit motioned languidly, as if noticing a group of invisibles. Doctor, whom do you see? Endeavor to talk. Understand you no longer have a physical body. You are here in spirit, controlling this body which belongs to my wife. You have been brought here for the purpose of being helped. Try to be your own natural self. We always enjoyed your pictures. Wake up and be yourself. Do not think you are dreaming. You are not. The spirit again stretched out his hands. Doctor, do you see friends? Spirit, I am going to die. Doctor, you have already done that, as much as you ever will. You have only lost your physical body. Do you see friends? Spirit, yes, but I am going to die. Doctor, you cannot die again. Spirit, I see so many who have died. Doctor, they are not actually dead at all. They are spirits like yourself. You have already passed out of your mortal body. You are a spirit, but do not understand the fact. This body which you are using is not yours. You have lost your body and have not wakened to your real condition. Friends have brought you here for help. But the spirit could not be roused again and was taken away. One of the guiding intelligences then came in and said, the other spirit was so tired that we could not waken him. But now we will be able to take care of him. He is so weak. He has not overcome his old habit. We brought him here so we could take him to the spirit world. Olive T. and others work to help the ones who are in that particular trouble, earthbound spirits who have the craving for morphine. Often people do not have the habit, but they are influenced by spirits who have the craving and who get into their magnetic auras. Many persons are easily influenced because they have such nervous, sensitive lives that they are half in spirit. They then become influenced by earthbound spirits who are so much in earth life that they obsess people. We are going to help this young man, and sometime he will come again when he is stronger and tell his experience, but he cannot talk tonight. He has gradually been awakening for some time, but he is still bewildered, and he could not realize the higher life. He has been in many places, and with his wife much of the time. She helped him in fighting his habit, but he was too weak to properly understand. He had no resistive power left. After he passed out, his spirit was in a kind of sleep from earth life. To find his home, from morphine. After he passed out, his spirit was in a kind of sleep from morphine. Still, he has been wandering in a twilight state on earth life to find his home and family and trying to realize where he was. He thought he was lost. We have tried to reach him from our side of life, but it has been very hard. We will now take care of him. 1 week later, the spirit of Wallace returned, somewhat stronger, and telling of his suffering, made an anguished appeal to others to overcome the drug habit. Experience October 17th, 1923. Spirit Wallace R. Psychic Mrs. Wicklin. The spirit seemed very weak and was at first unable to talk. Doctor, whom have we here? Rouse yourself and talk. Do not think of any sickness, just talk as you used to do. Spirit faintly. That is easy to say. Doctor, make the effort. You will find it easy. Spirit, I wanted to come in to get a little more understanding. I could not get much the last time. I am in the dark. I am in the darkness, having to overcome my physical habit, which is attached to the soul. Doctor, have you been here before? Spirit, yes, I was here not long ago, and I thank you for helping me, but I need more help. Please give me strength to overcome my physical habit of using drugs. I had little understanding of the life hereafter. I lived from day to day, the life of the world. I did not realize what it would mean to be on the other side of life. Doctor, very few interest themselves in higher things. Spirit, I also want to thank you for having helped me during the time I was sick. At that time, I felt such a strong power trying to help me to overcome and trying to give me strength. I felt drawn somewhere, but I was too weak to realize the power that was sent out to help me. Doctor, we concentrated for you during the time you were sick, as we thought there might be some obsession there. Spirit, I was too weak to realize. Doctor, of course you did not understand. Spirit, I had no power, and there was no battery at our end to help. Spirit, I hadn't, to help me. My only hope was to try to conquer. I was in such misery and so helpless that many spirits demonstrated through me, and I had no one who understood how to help me conquer the soul craving. The spirit kept the hands across the chest and constantly twisted the fingers one over the other. People think when they take drugs, the habit will end when they pass out of the physical. I tried to conquer, but when my mortal body had gone and my dear noble wife could not be with me to help me battle in the hard struggle, I seemed helpless. She is a dear noble soul. She stood by me and helped me, but I had not the power to conquer. After I had lost all the surroundings of earth, I went into a kind of sleep for a while. But oh, how I longed for my wife and children. Also how I longed to conquer, but could not. I suffered, writhing painfully. Oh, how I suffered. I tried to go somewhere to get help to overcome. But I must thank you. You gave me both strength and power. I wish I could have had more power from your good thoughts. Since last I was here, I have gained much. I am not strong yet, but I am able to see and realize how I can win my battle. From the little I have seen of the spirit world since I was here last, I realize how wonderful things are. Earnestly, I wish I could warn many I knew and tell them not to play with drugs. They think it is fun in the beginning, but how they will have to suffer at the last. Even the soul burns from the craving. They should do everything they can to overcome the habit. They not only suffer here, but they suffer terribly after they pass out. Then the soul is on fire, with an agonized expression, hands and fingers working nervously. Many, yes, many come back and try to get the drug, try to get even a little, and they ruin others against their will. I knew many times that I did myself. Many times that I myself did not want it, but there was such a strong power back of me. Obsession. If the world could only know. My dear noble wife is trying very hard to warn others, so they will not meet the same fate and death I did. It was awful. After the death of Balzar, his wife, Mrs. R., played a leading role in a movie picture which vividly portrayed the horrors of the narcotic evil. Thanks to you here, I have found relief. I feel better. I will gain now. I have opened my soul's eyes, and I find there are great possibilities for me, and in time there will be relief for me. Oh, if only I could warn and help others. So many are taking that deadly drug. They think they can forget sorrow and gain strength from the drug. They do for a while, but it only lasts a little time. Then it is worse. They take it a second time, and it is a little worse. A third time, still worse, and so on. When people drink whiskey, it makes them drunk, but after a good sleep, they get over it, and they do not have that terrible craving that they do from drug. The world will go mad if the narcotic evil is not stopped soon. Shutting out liquor did great harm because people must have a stimulant of some kind. They work hard, very hard, in the movies, and it is nerve-wracking work. As I said, they must have something to stimulate their nerves so they can go on. If they took some wine or beer or even some whiskey to quiet their nerves, it would not be such a detriment as morphine is. Most of them use morphine and, moaning in anguish. If I could only come back and warn them. If only they would believe me. I would tell them to overcome and let them know what a terrible thing it is to be a slave to a drug. If they only would realize what is beyond, they would never use drugs. Doctor, the condition of the spirits who have taken drugs during earth life must be terrible on the other side. Spirit, shuddering. I don't want to go there. The earth sphere. I saw one glimpse of it. Thank you for concentrating for me. It has been of such help. I was weak, but through your concentration, they have been able to help me on this side, and give me strength, and also put me to sleep so I can gain strength. I was trying to come back somewhere to get help, at some psychic circle. But I could not do very much. I did not understand then. Since I was here the last time, you talked to me, and I am stronger, and I have come now to thank you and say I am on the way to health and happiness. I wish I had known about you when I was first taken sick. I could probably have overcome and conquered. If I could only talk to my dear noble wife and thank her for helping me and for trying to warn others who are on the same road I was. I will conquer now, and then I want the world to know. I want to warn the grown-ups, to warn children, to warn young men, to warn young women, to never, never start taking that deadly drug. I would rather have pain than take it. For a while it kills pain, then opens the wound worse than before. You do not know how terrible the suffering is. I could not tell you. If I were burning in hell, it could not be worse than having every nerve in my body burning. It drives one mad. No one can realize it except through experience. Doctor, the spirit friends can help you. Spirit, I have help now, and I do thank you. Next time, if I can come again, I may be able to tell of my progression in the other world. I have seen very little, but I will learn. I am in a school, a hospital, where I am learning to overcome. People think that when they die, all troubles will be ended. That is the first time you really live, and all your desires and cravings are with you because they belong to the soul, not the body. The body is only the dress. Now I am in school to learn the lessons of life from the real standpoint, and I am learning. Thank you all for helping me and also for giving me the opportunity of learning the lessons of life. I wish many places had circles like this to help spirits in darkness. Sometime, send my love to my dear noble wife. I will try when I am stronger to impress her that I am there with her. Doctor, be brave and forget all about your trouble. Let the mercy band of spirit forces help you. Then you will gradually overcome. Spirit, yes, I will. And thank you. Goodbye. Spirits of former drunkards, no longer able to satisfy their desires for liquor in the usual way, may attach themselves to susceptible mortals and through suggestive influence force the latter to drink for them. Victims of such obsession have been brought to our observation, the most recent case being that of Mrs. V., a periodic inebriate who, for some time, had endeavored in vain to overcome the tendency to drink. Having again failed to conquer this irresistible impulse, she came to us one evening, strongly under the influence of liquor, and asked to be given a treatment. After her departure, we held a concentration circle when the spirit of a drunkard, dislodged from Mrs. V, controlled Mrs. Wickland. Experience April 4th, 1923. Spirit Paul Hopkins, patient Mrs. V. Psychic Mrs. Wickland. Doctor, are you a stranger to us? Where did you come from? Spirit attempting to fight. It's too warm. Why did you pull me away when I was just going to have a drink and a good time? Doctor, aren't you ashamed of yourself? Do you think that controlling a lady and ruining her life is a good time? Spirit, when a fellow feels so blue, what can you do? Doctor, you must overcome your old habit. Spirit, I'm so warm. I'm awfully hot. Doctor, where did you come from? Spirit, give me something quick. I'm so dry. Doctor, you have had all you're going to have. Spirit, I'm burning up. Doctor, you made a lady drink for you. Do you know that you are dead and are now a spirit? Spirit, all I know is I'm hot. It was pouring fire all over me. Static treatment given to the patient. Doctor, that was good for you. Spirit, I ran away when all that hot fire came down on me. It's the first time I ever felt anything like that. It was so hot that I thought I was in an oven. I must have new things these days. Doctor, what do you mean? Spirit, fire pouring down on my back. I am dry. I am awful dry. Give me something, just a few drops. Doctor, can't you understand that you have lost your mortal body and are a spirit? Do you understand what I am talking about? Spirit, no, I don't know you. Doctor, but you understand me, do you not? You are a spirit. Spirit, give me something to drink. I'm awful dry. Give me something, I tell you. I only got a few drops when you took me away. Doctor, why don't you behave yourself? Spirit, I can't anymore. Just give me a little, only a few drops. Doctor, if you don't behave yourself, you will find yourself in the dark. Spirit, say, will you tell that druggist that he didn't give it to me strong enough? Tell him, will you? Doctor, you are done with druggists. Spirit, I want something to drink. Doctor, do you think it is honorable to influence a woman and make her drink to satisfy you? Spirit, I've got to get it some way. Doctor, should you influence that lady to drink whiskey for you? Spirit, lady? I drank it myself. No lady got any. I want it all myself. You can't get very much these days, and when you get it, you don't give it away. You want it all yourself. Doctor, don't you realize that you are getting it through a lady? Spirit, you give me some and give it to me quick. Doctor, I want you to understand your condition. Spirit, I'm always a good fellow. Doctor, good for nothing. Spirit, no. Doctor, that's it exactly. Good for nothing. What have you been doing lately? Spirit, I haven't been working for some time. Doctor, do you know what year it is? Spirit, I don't care. Doctor, you have been interfering with the life of a woman. This is not your own body. Can you understand that? It is a woman's body. Spirit, woman's. Doctor, yes. See your skirts. Spirit, I don't wear skirts, but I've been a woman once in a while. Doctor, and through that woman, you got the whiskey. You should be ashamed of yourself. You are not satisfied with abusing yourself, but you must also control a woman. Spirit, why should I be ashamed? I've done nothing but drink some innocent whiskey. Doctor, you know that you are in a strange condition. Spirit, I know I feel funny once in a while. Doctor, you have been brought here and allowed to temporarily control this body so you may be made to understand that you must leave that lady alone. Her name is Mrs. V. Do you know her? Spirit, that's not my name. I haven't heard my name for a long time. Once in a while I feel kind of queer. I'm not so correct about things as I used to be. Doctor, should you not ask the reason? The fact is, you have lost your physical body. Spirit, what's the matter with me? Doctor, you are a spirit and are invisible to us. We cannot see you. Spirit, can't you see me? Doctor, no. Spirit, you don't see me. I'm a big fellow. Don't you see me? Why? Probably you have had something to drink too. Say, you give me a drink, will you? We will be pretty good fellows together. I shall be happy if you will give me some whiskey. Doctor, you would be in a fine condition then. Spirit, if you will give me whiskey, I will remember you in my will. You give me something to drink, then we will be pretty good fellows together. Doctor, I will do nothing of the kind. Spirit, won't you help a poor fellow when he gets so dry? Doctor, we want to help you, but not in that way. Spirit, why did you give me that hot fire? Doctor, I was giving an electrical treatment to a lady, not to you. The lady asked me to. We drove you away from her, but that does not seem to interest you, does it? Spirit, how would you have liked that? Doctor, you deserved it. Spirit, say, can't you give me some whiskey? Doctor, you are only wasting time. What we are trying to do is make you understand your condition. You are an invisible spirit controlling the body of this woman. Spirit, what's the matter with that other woman? Why do I always have to go with her? Doctor, you have been obsessing her. You are selfish and have been controlling and influencing her. It is not the woman's fault. It is your own fault. Did you ever read the Bible? Spirit, the Bible? Doctor, do you remember how Jesus cast out unclean spirits? You are such a spirit. Spirit, looking at hands. These rings do not belong to me. And yet, how in the devil could they belong to anyone else? Doctor, do you recognize these hands? Spirit, no. I must have had a little too much, but I don't seem very tipsy. I guess I have had a little too much, probably. You can hypnotize people in many ways. Maybe that's it. Or probably I've had too little. And you better give me some more whiskey so I can see. Just a few drops. I am blind. Give me something. Be a good fellow. Give me just one glass more, and I shall be all right. Will you do it? Doctor, you will have to leave if you are not sensible. Spirit, you can't drive me out. And there's not many fellows who could either. I'm pretty strong. You can see that. Doctor, we cannot see you at all. Spirit, I could fight all of you. I've done it before with people, rolling up sleeves. You'd better look out. Doctor, why can't you listen to what I am telling you? You are invisible to us. Spirit, can't you see me? Doctor, no. You have lost your own body. This is not your body. Spirit, it isn't, attempting to fight. Give me something to drink. Doctor, aren't you ashamed of yourself? Spirit, why should I be ashamed? All I had was a drink. Doctor, do you not understand your condition? You do not understand your condition. Spirit, why didn't you tell that woman to wait a minute? The patient had left after her treatment. She ran away. For what for? Tell her to wait a minute. Doctor, you will be taken care of and will not disturb any more persons. Spirit, she's a pretty good woman. When I want whiskey, she's always ready with the money and gives it to me. Doctor, that will not happen anymore. Spirit, I am not alone. There are many others with me. Doctor, did they all want to drink? Spirit, yes. Doctor, you were ruining a woman's life. You drank through that woman. You controlled her and she drank for you. She's always ready. Spirit, do you mean that big fat woman? Say, she's good-hearted. She's always ready to treat me. We have very good times together, glorious times, laughing. Doctor, you have had your last good time. Do you think you are doing something honorable when you upset a woman's life and make a drunkard of her? Spirit, I am no drunkard. I can walk just as straight and fast as anyone. I have sense. We both have a good drink together. Doctor, there is no sense of shame in you. Try to realize that you are an invisible spirit and have lost your own body. It is 1923 now. Do you know that you are in Los Angeles, California? You lost your body probably many years ago and have been hovering around the Earth sphere ever since. Spirit, I want something to drink right now. Doctor, is that what you call a glorious time? Spirit, it's a good time for a while. Doctor, you were ruining a lady's life. Spirit, I haven't done that. Doctor, when you wanted whiskey, you made that lady drink it for you. Spirit, I did not. I drank it myself. Doctor, yes, through the lady. Don't act so innocent. You impressed the woman to get whiskey for you. Spirit, well, she has the money. I don't make any money anymore. Doctor, is it right to influence that woman just to satisfy yourself? Doctor asks tough questions. Did your mother teach you such things? Spirit, my mother died long ago. Doctor, suppose your mother were alive. Would you like to see her a slave to an earthbound spirit? Spirit, I am not an earthbound spirit. Doctor, would you like to see your mother surrounded by a crowd of earthbound spirits who are making her drink? Would that make you happy? Spirit, she wouldn't do it. This woman is good enough for me. She only buys whiskey. Doctor, yes, and you drink it through her. Spirit, I drink it myself. Doctor, by controlling the lady, Mrs. V, just as you are now controlling the body of this lady. Spirit, I am not controlling anyone. I've only had a drink. Doctor, try to be sensible. This body is not yours. Spirit, whose is it then? Doctor, it belongs to my wife. She is a psychic sensitive through whom spirits can talk. Spirit, will she have a drink with me? Will you? Doctor, no. Spirit, I'll treat the crowd. Doctor, I thought you had no money. Spirit, I always get some money from the lady. Doctor, she is not here. Spirit, you get it and I'll treat the crowd. Come on with me, everybody. I'll treat you all. Doctor, does the lady pay the bills with money that you earn? Spirit, she is splendid. There's another man helps her to pay for things. Doctor, that is her husband. Spirit, husband? Doctor, yes, husband. You are making a slave of the woman and making a drunkard of her. Suppose it were your mother who was being tormented. Spirit, my mother? Doctor, yes. Think that over carefully. Suppose somebody should make a drunkard of your mother. How would you feel? Or of your sister? Spirit, they know better. Doctor, is your conduct honorable? Spirit, I'm a good fellow, and I always want to be on the best side of the women. Women are always my best friends. They always have money and are willing to spend it. Doctor, now listen to me. You have actually lost your physical body, probably many years ago. Who is the president? Spirit, I don't know. I can't recall anyone. Doctor, is Lincoln the president? Spirit, no, that was a long time ago. Doctor, Cleveland? Spirit, no. Doctor, McKinley? Arthur? Spirit, he was president a long time ago. Doctor, do you remember Wilson? Spirit, Wilson? I don't know that fellow. Doctor, do you know about the big war in Europe with 23 nations fighting? Spirit, I don't care. All I want is a drink. I am getting so thirsty. What do I care? They are better off. If they don't know any better than to kill each other, let them go ahead. Doctor, what did your mother call you? Spirit, she called me Paul. Doctor, what was your surname? Spirit, it's a long time since I heard it. Doctor, what did they call your father? Spirit, they called him John Hopkins. Doctor, then you must be Paul Hopkins. What state were you born in? Spirit, I have forgotten. Oh, yes, I was born in Yuma, Arizona. Doctor, were you ever in Los Angeles? Spirit, yes, once in a while. They used to have pretty good saloons on Main Street, and I suppose they are there now. Doctor, no, they are all gone. Spirit, and I don't know what became of them. Doctor, they have all been done away with. Spirit, they were on Main Street between 2nd and 3rd. Doctor, what would your mother think of your condition? Spirit, my mother is dead. Doctor, her spirit did not die. She would be sorry to find you in this condition. Spirit, I'm in an all right condition. I feel tip-top. I get a glass of whiskey when I want it. It makes me feel good and happy. Doctor, does it make you happy to see a man lying drunk in the gutter? Spirit, I've never seen it, but liquor is good. Oh, who is that? Seeing some spirit. Doctor, who is it? Spirit, I will have to sit up and take notice. She's a nice lady. To Spirit, who are you? Doctor, perhaps it's your own mother. Spirit, she was an old lady. This lady says she knew my mother. My mother was a good Christian woman. I suppose she's with God in heaven, sitting near the throne. Doctor, Jesus taught that God is spirit and God is love. You cannot find such a God sitting on a throne. Spirit, well, where does he sit? Doctor, God is spirit and is not in any particular place. He is the life of all nature. You are an expression of God himself. Understand that you are an ignorant spirit and must overcome your old habits, and that you will then progress. Spirit, this lady says if I behave myself, I can go to bed and rest. I am awfully tired. I'm a pretty tired fellow. Will they let me rest myself? Doctor, yes, and when you wake, you will realize that you are a spirit and that you must overcome old habits and progress as you should on the spirit side of life. Spirit, that lady is a nurse. Doctor, we cannot see her as you do. We do not see you. You are controlling my wife's body. Spirit, I do not understand that. I want to go to that bed. Doctor, you must learn the purpose of life. Spirit, they say if I lie down in that bed, I will not get any more whiskey. Doctor, you will be taught how to progress. Spirit, can I have any more whiskey? Doctor, no. Spirit, well, I don't care. I'm tired and I feel happy. What can a fellow do? I have no home and no place to go. You must have a good time sometimes, a jollification time. Jollification. Doctor, you did not understand your condition. Spirit, this lady says I will have a home with my mother. I will go to my mother. Will she like me? Doctor, mother love never dies. After you acquire understanding, you must help this lady whom you have been tormenting. You have made that poor lady a drunkard. Spirit, have I? I didn't know that. I wanted something to drink, but I did not know I was doing any harm. Doctor, when she came here tonight, she was drunk, and I gave her a treatment. Spirit, I had that. Doctor, you made her drunk. She herself does not want to drink. She tries to resist the impulse. She is a sensitive, and you have hypnotized her and made her drink. Spirit, it's pretty hard for a fellow to give it up. Doctor, you will have to do your duty and help her. Spirit, I feel pretty tired. I want to go to that bed. Doctor, think yourself in that bed, and you will be there. Spirit, I will? By thinking? Doctor, yes, be perfectly quiet and think yourself in that bed. Spirit, remember me. I am a good fellow, and I like you anyhow, even if you gave me that fire. I mean well. Doctor, the lady whom you see will be your nurse and will look after you. Spirit, my mother is here. Oh, mother, dear mother, will you forgive me? I was not a good fellow. I will not drink any more whiskey. Mother says she will help me. God bless you for the work you have done for me. After the foregoing experience, a friend reported a marked change for the better in Mrs. V, saying that no further desire for intoxicants was manifested. Mrs. V herself acknowledged this change and expressed her gratitude for the relief obtained.